everyone, it's Upstart. Welcome back to my channel. It has been about 3 months since my last video, and I thought it was finally time to at least post something. So, yeah, I honestly still don't really have anything exciting that I want to put out on this channel. So I thought we would just do a little catch-up Q&A video, if you guys even care or whatever. But yeah, I've honestly just been kind of unmotivated to post anything on this channel because I've been focusing all of my energy on my main channel, my Minecraft channel. I can't help it, I am a Minecrafter and I want to make Minecraft videos, and then like I kind of just never have time or energy left over to post anything on this one. So I'm sorry. Lately I have been doing a bit more of a variety sort of stuff on my Minecraft channel in terms of I do be playing Minecraft, but I also kind of talk about non-Minecraft related things. So if you just enjoy listening to me talk about stuff, I would still recommend checking out the Minecraft channel because I kind of just go into a lot of topics there now that I may have been putting on this channel prior. Yeah, so I've been talking about like technology and social media and like stuff like that. So pretty topical to this channel anyway. But yeah, we're gonna do a Q&A. I asked you guys for some questions. You have left me some questions, so we're just gonna answer some. I'm in a bit of a period of my life right now that a lot of stuff is like changing and happening, and I just dropped my Pusheen on the floor. She was sitting in my lap. I'm gonna hold her. Yeah, just a very busy year. 2026 has been a very busy year. Yeah, I have a lot of stuff coming up later this year that I'm kind of trying to plan and work out and also prepare videos for, but yeah, I can't say that I have much planned for my IRL channel because unfortunately I'm also going through a bit of an art slump at the moment, which sucks. So I'm trying to get myself out of that, but it's been a little challenging because I've never been in like an art block before. So I think it's something like that and it kind of sucks. Anyways, yeah, I'll tell you guys more about all this stuff that I guess has happened this year later, because I'm still kind of going through everything. I'm in the motions right now, so yeah, but I hope you've all been doing well. And yeah, let's get into the questions, I guess, without further ado. We'll start off with Mayo's question here. Do you still use your flip phone? I'd love an update. Well, I'm happy to report that after almost 2 years, I am still using my flip phone. I need to sneeze. This is what it looks like right now. I have a Nyan Cat sticker on it. But yeah, this is my Kyocera 902KC. I made a ton of videos about it before, so you may have been watching those in the past, and let's see. Let me take you to the home screen. Yeah, I've been using it every single day. I mean, not really, because actually, funny enough, I never use my phone because I just don't use my phone. Like the only thing sometimes I'll go like weeks without ever really doing anything on it except for like turning off my alarms and maybe making the occasional phone call or text, but yeah, I honestly just never have much to use it for other than like, you know, communications. I do use it for alarms as well, but like, yeah, maybe the odd picture or two, but I guess that's the good part about having a flip phone is that you really just kill that whole reliance on phone usage. So that's really great, but yeah, it is my daily carry. I mean, I've been using it since I got it. I never like went back to my iPhone unless I needed it for something very specific, like freaking authenticator apps or like, you know, this sort of bullshit that you can't get on a flip phone and then there's no other alternative, so you have to use your freaking smartphone for it. So like that's kind of the main thing that I'm trying to figure out now, but what can you do? At least I think it's a win to not use, am I in focus? I was in focus. It's a win to not use the smartphone for most cases, at least, unless you have to. I still love it. I think it's an amazing phone. I'm very happy with it. The only thing is now I'm kind of regretting not getting the silver version because I honestly am kind of just tired of all my technology being black, like little black rectangles. Everything is a black rectangle. So I kind of maybe want to eventually try to switch this for the silver variant and just sell this one. But that's a bit of a hassle, so I don't know if I'll do that, but maybe one day when I can't be bothered to whatever. Carl asks, if you won an all expenses paid travel anywhere voucher, where would you want to go and what would you do there? Fun question. I think I would probably travel to Japan and just have like the typical Japan tourist experience because it seems like a fun place to visit, you know? There's a lot of cool things to do there. Yeah, I don't know. I just want to do touristy things in Japan just because I think it would be fun. There's like a lot of cool attractions there and things to do. And it's kind of like the spot for traveling. for fun and stuff. So yeah, I would go to Japan, just have a good time there for maybe a week or so and see what happens. It would be cool. I'd like to see like the cherry blossoms and yeah, whatever else there may be there. I don't really know much about Japan, but it would be cool to visit. Agagular asks, opinion on paranormal activity. Do you believe in ghosts, spirits, or anything of that nature? It's been one of my newer fixations, so I'm kind of intrigued if others feel the same way. The only thing that I really believe in that category would be spirits, but I don't really think I believe much in ghosts or other like supernatural paranormal things. But yeah. Cascadia asks, how many OCs do you have? And how often do you come up with new ones? So I think I have around 30 something OCs within my Astroverse like universe story. Some of you guys may or may not know my Astroverse stuff that I talk about occasionally. Those are where all of my OCs are kind of confided in, and I don't make new ones very often. I make them very, very rarely, and I try to really flesh out my new OCs as best as I can. But actually, I am in the middle of starting a new storyline that may be kind of separate from the Astroverse because I want to turn it into like more of a finished story where there's a beginning and an end and there's like characters that like go through the motions of a story, you know, something like that could be turned into like a book or something, which is a little different than the Astroverse because that's more like just the whole universe, the whole world building. But yeah, anyway, that's a slight tangent. So I am kind of working on some new characters right now, but yeah, it's a little bit rare for me. What's your opinion on vinyl records as someone who has cassettes? As someone who has a couple records and is surrounded by avid vinyl collectors, just wanted to ask your opinion on them. I think that's a fun question. I actually am not into any other physical media when it comes to music or in general, except for cassettes at the moment. But I am not a huge fan of vinyl because I don't really find any interest in vinyl because I think that the format is not really very practical. Whoa, camera, what the heck are you doing? I don't think vinyls are very practical. I like that cassettes are compact and small and very like easy to carry around, like they're supposed to be portable, whereas vinyls just are really big, they're very expensive, and they just sit at home. And that is nice, like it is a nice experience to be able to play it on a vinyl record. I've used vinyls a few times in my life and they are pretty cool, but they're just not the type of format that I personally look for in physical media. It's kind of why I want to start getting into CDs, because I feel like it's kind of a good middle ground. You get some of the higher quality music, but it's a little bit more portable than vinyls are, obviously. So yeah, I may try to get into CDs, but definitely not vinyl. It's just not for me. Motki asks, if you are forced to rely on one food for all your meals, what would it be? That's a hard question because I feel like I'm the type... Why am I like out of focus? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't know what's up with my camera. Do you want me to be closer, Mr. Camera? I'm so sorry. Am I gonna stare myself in the viewfinder so it doesn't... I'm trying to make eye contact with you guys, but then like the freaking camera... Okay, anyways. I don't know, because I get very tired of foods like so quickly if I eat the same thing over and over again. So I have no clue. I would say maybe like burgers or something because they're pretty well rounded. You get bread and meat and cheese and vegetable and sauce. So probably like a burger, with the caveat being that obviously eating burgers and only burgers would be incredibly unhealthy, but I guess that goes with any one food. But yeah, I would say burgers. If you had a superpower, what would it be? My answer has always been either invisibility or shape-shifting. Yeah, definitely one of those two. Thank you so much for all your videos. You actually inspired me to start my own. Is there anything you wish you knew when you were starting YouTube that you know now? The funny part about doing YouTube, especially if you want to take it a little bit more seriously, is that it's kind of like a game you enter that you can never really leave. So as long as you are doing YouTube, it will always be a part of your like everyday life. Like there is no clocking out. Especially if it becomes your job, which for me, YouTube is one of my income sources. So I constantly think about it. I constantly, every single day, think about YouTube. When I go to sleep, I think about YouTube. When I wake up, I think about YouTube. And it kind of drives me crazy sometimes because you want to have a balance. Of course, you want to be able to not think about you know, YouTube all the damn time. It kind of does change your life pretty drastically when you start to take it seriously. I would say it's really important to make sure you have a good balance in your life between what you do on YouTube and then also making sure that you're getting out of the house, that you're socializing, that you're taking care of yourself physically and mentally, and not let YouTube like fully consume your life, because for a long time, YouTube did definitely consume my life. Like, I prioritize YouTube above everything else, and now I feel like my life is more well-rounded. I definitely try to have more of a balance and not just throw myself into like this pit where all I do is YouTube. But it is a very hard thing to kind of balance, and it's a hard habit to break. So just be prepared for that, and you have to kind of go into it expecting that you may fall into this sort of trap, and try your very best to counteract that and just make sure you have a very good balance in your life. Don't neglect your friends, your family, your relationships. Take care of your body, do physical activity, get outside the house as much as you can, give breaks to yourself, take days off. All those sort of things become really important because no one is going to tell you to do those things. You have to make time for it, and yeah, just have a balance. That's super important. Flower Lamps asks, what's your favorite aspect of 2020's internet culture? And what is your favorite aspects of 2000s/2010s internet culture? I've been thinking about this question for a very long time now, since I read this, and I cannot think, I'm not even trying to be pessimistic, I just genuinely don't know what to say for my favorite aspect of My favorite aspect for 2020's internet culture is a big question mark. I have no idea. What even is 2020's internet culture? Because I feel like all I hear about 2020's internet culture is just shit. I guess one thing I'll say now that I'm thinking about it is something a little specific, and it doesn't really apply to all spaces of the internet, obviously. But one thing I noticed, especially in my community at least, like on YouTube, people are a lot more just open-minded than I think they were in the past. Like, I'm sure if you guys consume any sort of like older content on YouTube from like 2010s or, you know, yeah, early 2010s, you'll definitely notice some people like making offhand comments or jokes about things that would not be accepted to joke around or joke about these days. For example, like making fun of like gay people, or like being insensitive about LGBT people, or like slightly racist comments that don't exactly mean bad, but like it's like, you probably shouldn't say that, you know, like things like that. Like, people are a little bit more careful about the sort of things they say because we're more aware of like marginalized communities and how our words do affect those sort of things. Like, we shouldn't be prejudiced or rude or making fun of people of any sort of minority group, or, you know, stuff like that, which I like. I like that we're like, not everyone, of course, there's definitely a lot of bad spaces where you should, I mean, you know how it is, but like, there's in general more communities or groups of people who are very like accepting and open about those sort of things, and also are proud to be themselves and like representing their culture and communities, and that is just awesome to see because it helps other people come out of their shells and like be proud of who they are, and that is like really awesome. I just wish it was more common and more prevalent and not just confined to like certain spaces. But I think it is more common in the 2020s than it is in the 2010s, especially 2000s. But yeah, it's good. I would say that's a good part about nowadays internet culture. My favorite aspect of the 2010s internet culture, definitely like related to YouTube, is that it was just more casual. Yeah, it was more casual. People just kind of posted videos of them having fun. Like, of course, I go on and on about this all the time on my Minecraft channel, but I miss the 2010s old school Let's Plays so very dearly. And I wish they were more viable. I wish people would do them more often, and I do really miss that sort of like casual, just having fun on a game and talking to the camera sort of vibe. I think it's making a bit of a comeback nowadays in different formats, which is good, but yeah, it's definitely never going to be the same, I don't think, because the whole internet culture has shifted. The way that the internet functions in terms of algorithmically speaking has changed, people know how to capitalize off of YouTube and all these sort of platforms and make the most money, and it's never going to be through those casual, just, you know, those casual videos are never going to be the most profitable, so they're never going to become viable again. Star asks, do you have some album recommendations? So my favorite album, this is actually an EP, but I'm gonna count it anyways, is Insomniac by Mad Routine. It's genuinely, like, you guys know I love Mad Routine, but like every single track on this EP, I've been listening to non-stop since it came out, like non-stop. It is so good. Every single track is so freaking good. I'm so happy I own it on cassette. You guys need to see this. This beautiful EP. Look at that. Look at them. They're so awesome. Look at this gorgeous tape. This is so freaking cool. Yeah, I love this EP. It is definitely one of my favorites. Another album I'd recommend is probably Phobia by Breaking Benjamin. Oh, I'm out of focus again. Which I also own on cassette. And probably just, this is, I think, not technically an album, it's more of like a collection, but Midnight 2077, which is compiled by a whole different bunch of artists. It is one of my favorite albums of all time. It has been for like 6 years since it came out. I've loved that album. So yeah. Frey the Space Wolf asks, what's your opinion on MP3 players, since I've been getting into them lately? I think MP3 players are really, really cool. I've always wanted to get an iPod Classic just because they're so freaking cool. But I realized that my flip phone actually works exactly the same as an MP3 player. I have Musicalet on there, which is a MP3 player app. So I basically can use it exactly as an iPod. I load up music MP3 files into the my flip phone's my flip phone storage, and then it transfers over to Musicalet. I can sort them by playlist, album, artist, etc. Yeah, no MP3 player needed. I have one right on my flip phone. But I think MP3 players are awesome because it's a way to curate your music collection without really having to buy everything. Like, you don't have to collect them through buying CDs or cassettes or whatever. You can just rip them from the internet, or, you know, buy the MP3 files from your favorite artist on like Bandcamp or something, which is a nice and more affordable way of supporting your favorite artists. It gives you access to the highest quality of the music, and you never have to worry about losing it because you'll always have the files as long as you make backups and stuff. And yeah, it's really great. I mean, it's high quality, it's cheap, it's easy, portable. It's great. Yeah, I love MP3 players. The Last Bunny Corn asks, if you were an animal, what would you be and why? I would be this very specific gray cat. I don't know, for some reason I've always imagined myself as a gray cat, like with stripes, and I would be very fluffy. So yeah. Leica asks, I'm liking the Life is Strange playthrough on the Patreon, and I'm wondering if you plan to do any other games in the future. I'm glad you like it. By the way, did you know I have a Patreon? I don't think I've ever mentioned it on this channel yet, but I do. It's mostly Minecraft content, but I am posting some other stuff on there too. So if you'd like to support me, check out my Patreon. Anyways, yeah, I am doing a Life is Strange playthrough, the original game, right now. I would love to play other games on my Patreon, for sure. I would probably play some other Life is Strange games. I've never ever experienced True Colors before, so I'd like to play True Colors. Yeah, it would just be based on whatever sort of game I'd be interested in playing for fun, but yeah, absolutely. The Swana asks, a Minecraft-related question. Has showing your main world in videos and streams put pressure on, changed your approach you normally take with it? Has the internet affected that space at all? I would say only a little bit. Surprisingly, not much. If anything, I feel like showing my Forever World on streams and like streaming me working on it has actually helped me build that world up more. And it's given me like an outlet of time to sit down and like work on my world, which if I wasn't recording or streaming it at this point, I probably would neglect it because I wouldn't have any free time to just play on my own time on my world, at least not very often. You know what I mean? I have so much fun streaming on my Forever World that I just enjoy like kind of almost forcing myself to work on new projects for the sake of the stream because they're fun and I love it. I enjoy it a lot. So I don't feel like it's put any pressure on me, like only a little bit of course because you want to build cool things and stuff, but like I just have fun on it and like it's really no stress, no big deal. I don't have to build anything that crazy. It's just like whatever sort of project I feel like working on, I work on, you know? and you guys come along for the ride, and it's fun. I enjoy it a lot. It's great. So yeah, I think the internet has affected my forever world, but in like a really positive way, and if it ever was the opposite, I would definitely stop. Peanut Butter asks, why did you deactivate your Insta? Love your chill content. Thanks. I have not had Instagram for probably over a year at this point, maybe longer. I have honestly no idea. I deactivated or deleted my Instagram and all my other social medias because I am pretty anti-social media. No, I am very anti-social media. I hate Instagram, I hate TikTok, I hate Twitter, I hate all of them. All of these platforms are freaking awful and I despise them. You can watch a shit ton of my videos and you will hear exactly why. I've been talking about it on my Minecraft channel recently of why I hate short form content platforms like Instagram Reels, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, etc. They're all just dog shit. They make you feel absolutely miserable. They're a waste of your time, a waste of your money, a waste of your energy, a waste of your privacy. It's soul-sucking. It takes everything away from you and leaves you with very little benefit at all. I recognize that myself as a creator, I obviously used Instagram in a creator standpoint, like I would use it to promote my work and my art and my videos, but I felt like it was against my principles to be on social media, so I got rid of them because I honestly don't want to support social media, even if it would benefit me in some way. Fart lol asks, can I just be in the video because why not? Absolutely. Here you go. Brianna asks, yippee! Do you listen to any other genres besides EDM? If so, who's been your favorite? Well, besides EDM, my favorite genre would definitely be stuff within like the metal sphere. I listen to a lot of melodic death metal, I listen to alternative metal, and I like some punk music. I specifically like Swedish punk rock. I listen to Hispanic music, Russian music, and some other random stuff, but yeah. If you want to learn more about my music taste, you can listen to this video, which goes into it pretty in depth. Cozy Tabby asks, my question is, on your website, how do you put your blog on it and use it? I was curious since I'd like to put my own blog on my website and I'm not sure how to do so. Thank you so much for the kind words, by the way. And I am not sure exactly how I'm going to explain this because the blog system is built in directly into WordPress, which is what I use to run my website. So you can make posts using WordPress and that is pretty much your blog. Posting posts is your blog. You can write little blog posts and then you can categorize them into different categories and then you'll have different blogs with different categories. So yeah, it's kind of like built in into WordPress. As I'm not exactly sure what you're running your website on, but you could probably find either like a plugin or if you have some sort of way to post content on your website, you can turn that into a blog as long as you kind of categorize it and date things and, you know, make it bloggy, I suppose. Loslin asks, favorite cat color? Gray! It's Ray asks, what's one video you almost didn't post but ended up being glad you did? There's been quite a few videos that I have significantly second-guessed posting and then I posted it anyways, and they end up being my best videos for some reason. I'm pretty sure I almost didn't post my this one on my Minecraft channel. I was like, man, this is kind of stupid. And then I posted it and it ended up being one of my most popular videos. So there you go, I guess. This has happened time and time again though. I don't know what it is. What's one art tip that completely changed the way you draw? There's like two design principles that I learned, I think from Cynic's design actually. One is big, medium, small, balancing the shapes in your art into big, medium, and small shapes because it looks more visually appealing. So I tend to apply this a lot when I'm drawing hair. Well, other things too, but hair is a good example. Two is a balance between hard and soft edges. This makes sure that your art is neither too crispy or too airbrushy, I suppose. It's a nice balance and it's a lot more visually appealing. So when I'm painting, I try to use a mixture of, even when I'm sketching nowadays, I try to use a mixture of a soft brush and a hard brush so I can get a nice balance between the two. Do you sketch your website layout before coding it or do you design as you build? I have definitely sketched out designs for my website in the past, but usually I kind of just wing it. If you weren't creating content, what do you think you'd be doing? That's a very interesting question to think about, especially since I've been doing this for a pretty long time now. I started my channel in 2023, which is crazy, but I would probably try to be going into the art field, less as a freelancer and more of probably like working for some sort of studio. I'm not really sure how fulfilling that would be for me, to be honest. I do prefer doing freelance, but it is a little bit of an unstable income source. So yeah, I don't know, I definitely would want to try to do something within the art field, or I may just focus more into my online store and just try to sell my art and design different cool products. I've been wanting to for a long time now excuse me, my camera died. Anyways, yeah, I've been trying to for a while now get into making handmade jewelry. I have a really cool theme in mind that I wanted to explore, and I made a few prototype pieces, but I still haven't really done much with them in terms of like putting them out there or like selling them, but yeah, I don't know. It's something I definitely want to do once I have a little bit more free time. Xavier is a stale gummy shark says, "Yay, yay, yay, you're alive!" My question is, why do you like purple so much? Is there something special about it to you? I think there's something about purple that just mesmerizes me, to be honest. I love purple. I've loved purple since I was a very little kid. I remember always having purple as my favorite color. I think it's just something about it's the perfect medium between warm and cool colors. It's between red and blue, so it's like a very nice in-between. And I love what it represents and what it reminds me of. Purple reminds me of cyberpunk, neon lights, and just colorful attire and all those sort of like glowy atmospheric things you see in cyberpunk media. It also reminds me of fantasy. I love fantasy. It reminds me of like magic and like, I don't know, magical forests and like spells and like glowing flowers or pixies or whatever, you know, those sort of things. Maybe like a purple dragon or something magical and fantastical like that. So it's like a magical color to me. It's a cyberpunk color to me. It's beautiful. I think it's just such a gorgeous color, and I always gravitate towards it when I'm drawing, when I'm designing things, when I'm, you know, putting together outfits or really anything. Just purple is, what else is there to say? It's the most beautiful color I've ever seen in my entire life. Joe Bart asks, have you ever deleted videos like a cringe post? I have. There's been a few videos on my channel that I have like privated. Never deleted, I always just private them. Yeah, there's been a few, nothing particular comes to mind, I'd have to check. But yeah, sometimes, very, very, very occasionally, like very rarely, I hardly do this, but sometimes there will be a post that I'm like, I don't want anyone to watch this, so I just, you know, remove it. But honestly, I don't really do this, even with my old videos that I would definitely cringe watching now, because I just don't really care for that. I know that it's not as embarrassing to anyone else as it is to me, and I think it's cool for like a viewer to be able to watch established YouTubers' backlog and kind of see where they started out, just to see how much of a change there's been and how much time it's taken to kind of get to the point they are now, because I feel like it's a little not disingenuous, but maybe a little bit disingenuous when big YouTubers remove their backlog of really old videos and only keep like the newer successful ones, so that everyone who goes through their channel only sees their best work and not like the hours and hours and hours and years and, you know, all the struggle and effort that they've put in to get to the point where they are now. You know what I mean? It's nice to be able to see that and kind of almost get inspired by that as a viewer. I'm really thankful for some of my favorite channels who still keep their old videos around, and I get really sad when people delete their videos, so I try not to do that myself. Lone Flare asks, I love your kind personality. I'm so happy to say that I've been watching you for almost 2 years. Thank you! Your content is incredibly nostalgic and comforting, and I always look forward to your vids and streams. That is so kind. I appreciate that. Thank you for being a longtime viewer. Not sure if you answered this before, but do you have any plans to create a written or visual story, graphic novel or something in the future with your OCs? Would you ever consider hiring someone to help? Never considered okay, let me start off with the first question. Yes, it's always been like a very kind of faraway dream for me to I'm out of focus again, to turn my OC stories into like some sort of visual media, right? Probably a graphic novel of some sort would be my choice. However, I have not ever started such a project because I never really knew what story I wanted to publish, or I don't know. But I'm glad to say that actually right now, that I already mentioned this earlier, didn't I? Did I? I have no idea. I have such a terrible memory. Yeah, I did mention it. I'm working on a one-off story that I would love to turn into some sort of graphic novel. I have been writing non-stop notes in my little creative journal. By the way, Mad Routine sticker. My little creative writing journal here, about these characters and this world that I want to develop into a story. So I'm currently in the process of designing my 2 protagonists. I can show you maybe like a sketch in my sketchbook of one of them, just because I don't want to give away any details at the moment since it's very, very early stages right now. Nothing is very set in stone. But this is kind of what one of the protagonists is gonna look like, more or less. So yeah, I am officially kind of beginning that journey. I'm not sure how long it's gonna take me because I'm kind of just working on it when, you know, the inspiration strikes, because I want it to be my best work. I want it to be very like, I want to take my time with it and really like develop something that I'm proud of. But I will definitely tell you guys more about that once I have some more concrete details about the entire plot and character stuff. Because yeah, it is very early on, but it will be awesome. And I have never considered hiring someone to help me. I probably won't, but maybe just to help with like the more tedious aspects. I'm not sure. I guess I'm not ruling it out, but not sure yet. As a fellow cyberpunk genre enjoyer myself, do you have any book recs that are in that genre besides Neuromancer? So besides Neuromancer, you can read the rest of the Sprawl trilogy, which is Count Zero and Mona Lisa Overdrive. There are a couple other cyberpunk books that I know of that are currently on my reading list that I haven't gotten to yet. If I remember any other suggestions, I will put them up because I can't think of anything except for William Gibson's work at the moment. I hope you enjoy Neuromancer once you get to it. It is a fantastic book. I just finished rereading it for the second time, and wow, it is great. It's even better the second read, to be honest. Akashik asks, "Hey Lovestar, my question is, how did you get into Mad Routine? I checked out one of their albums and they have a super cool trip hop sound. Are you a fan of other trip hop?" I'm not a fan of other trip hop artists really. Mad Routine is my first introduction to the genre officially, and I got into Mad Routine actually because I've been a longtime Vila listener. Vila is one of the artists that is in Mad Routine. So yeah, I've listened to her work for a long time, and then I was, you know, following her work and noticed that she was, you know, starting a band, and I checked it out, loved it. So that's kind of how I got into them. Quick XP asks, "What's your favorite desert, and are you secretly an alien?" Well, my favorite desert would obviously have to be the Sahara Desert. Okay, I'm just kidding. I would say my favorite dessert is probably ice cream, and it would be really awkward if I was correcting your question into dessert when you did actually mean desert. So, ice cream / Sahara Desert. Are you secretly an alien? Yes, but don't tell anyone. And the last question for today is from Z Uncut. If you had any advice for someone who's going through a tough time in their life, what would you say? Honestly, the hard part about these sort of questions is that words are never going to fix your problems, but I will try to offer a little bit of comfort as someone who has definitely gone through tough times. No matter what you're going through, remember that there will be an end to your suffering. Whatever you're dealing with will not last forever. There will be a day where you will no longer have to struggle through what you're struggling through right now. You will win the battle because you are strong. You have survived everything you have survived within your entire existence thus far, and you will survive whatever you're going through right now. There's no battle out there that you're incapable of winning. You have the strength to get through it. It may suck right now, but find comfort in knowing that it will not be forever. There will be better days ahead, and then there will be bad days again, and then there will be good days, and that's just life. There's always going to be some sort of challenge you're going to have to face, but with every challenge that comes, you're going to be stronger for the next one. I think as I've grown older and have gone through increasingly difficult things in life, I've realized that most of the things that I'm dealing with are not going to be the end all be all. You know, eventually they'll pass, eventually, no matter how terrible it is right now, like, there will be that day that comes where it'll be over and I can move on. So just try to stay strong. You'll get through it. I believe in you. With that being said, I hope that helped. I hope you guys enjoyed this little Q&A. I will try to post something when I can. Honestly, this channel has been on a back burner for me for a while now. I'll try to post something when I get the time, but I encourage you to check out my other work on my Minecraft channel and even on my Patreon for some non-Minecraft stuff. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you're doing well, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!